For most of human history, money was simple. You could hold it in your hand, you could hide it, you could bury it, and come back years later to dig it up. Gold, silver, cash. If you owned your money, you owned your future. But that world is ending, not suddenly, not violently, quietly, and almost nobody is paying attention. Because the most important question of the next 50 years is not about war or climate or technology, it's this. Who owns the future of money? And more importantly, will you still own yours? Here's something that sounds harmless, almost boring. Money is no longer a thing, it's a system. And whoever controls the system controls everything built on top of it. Your salary, your savings, your retirement, your freedom to transact, your ability to say no. We're told money is neutral, just numbers, just a tool, but money has always been power. The only difference now is that power has become invisible. Open your banking app and look at the number on the screen. It feels real, but here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't own that money, you have a claim on it. Your bank doesn't keep your cash in a vault with your name on it. It lends it out, uses it, builds leverage on top of it. What you see on the screen isn't money, it's permission. Permission granted by a system that can be changed, frozen, or rewritten. And this isn't theory, we've already seen it. Accounts frozen, withdrawals limited, transfers blocked, pending review, ownership used to mean possession, now it means compliance. Once upon a time, money was backed by something real, gold, scarcity, physical limits. That system wasn't perfect, but it had one critical feature. No one could create money whenever they wanted. Then came fiat money, money backed by trust, trust in governments, trust in central banks, trust that the people in charge would act responsibly. For a long time, the trust worked. But slowly, quietly, the rules changed. Money creation stopped being rare, it became normal. Every crisis needed liquidity. Every slowdown needed stimulus. Every promise needed funding. The money supply exploded and something else changed with it. The meaning of ownership. Most people think governments control money. They don't. Central banks do, unelected, technocratic, shielded from public pressure. They decide interest rates. They decide how much money exists. They decide which assets are protected and which are sacrificed. They don't answer to voters. When new money is created, someone gets it first and someone gets inflation later. That's not corruption, that's design. Then money went digital. At first, it felt convenient. Cards instead of cash, apps instead of wallets. But convenience always has a price. When money became digital, it became programmable. And that's when ownership really started slipping away. Programmable money can be tracked, timed, limited, restricted, reversed. Cash never asked permission. Digital money does. And the future of money isn't just digital, it's conditional. Here's what most people don't see. The future of money is being built in layers. First creation, who is allowed to create money? Second distribution, who gets it first? And third access, who's allowed to use money, when and how? That's where things change, because access can be revoked, not because you broke the law, but because you broke a rule, a policy, a guideline. Money becomes behavior-based, spend the wrong way, support the wrong thing, live outside the approved model, and access shrinks. This isn't science fiction, it's infrastructure. This is where central bank digital currencies enter the picture. They're sold as progress, faster payments, lower costs, financial inclusion. But that's not where the power is. A CBDC isn't just digital cash. It's state-issued programmable money. That means expiration dates, spending rules, real-time monitoring, instant enforcement. Taxes can be taken automatically. Stimulus can expire. Negative interest rates become unavoidable. With cash, you could opt out. With this system, there's no outside. When money becomes software, whoever writes the code owns the system, and whoever owns the system owns the future. You might think you'll just use something else, but history tells a different story. When governments feel threatened, choice disappears. Gold was confiscated, accounts were frozen, capital controls appeared overnight. Alternatives are allowed only while they don't matter. The moment they do, they're regulated, restricted, or absorbed. Cryptocurrency wasn't dangerous because of price. It was dangerous because of control. For the first time, value could move without permission. That terrified the system, not because crypto is perfect, but because it proved something dangerous. Money doesn't need them, and that's why crypto isn't being destroyed. It's being reshaped, integrated, regulated, tokenized. The rails stay decentralized. Access becomes centralized. Most people won't notice, but ownership will be gone. So who owns the future of money? Not governments, not banks, not even central banks. They're managers. The real owners are those who control the standards, the settlement layers, the rules, and the data. Money is becoming an extension of data governance, and data is power. Every monetary transition has winners and losers. The winners are always closest to money creation. The losers are savers, salary earners, pension holders, not because they failed, but because the rules changed. Inflation doesn't feel like theft. It feels confusing. Things just cost more. Savings don't stretch as far. Work gets harder. That's how wealth moves silently. No laws, no votes, no resistance. The future of money isn't about dollars or crypto or gold. It's about control versus autonomy. Will money remain something you own or become something you're allowed to use? That decision is being made right now, not on debate stages, but in policy documents, pilot programs, technical meetings. And by the time the system is complete, it will feel normal, convenient, safe until one day you realize your money no longer belongs to you. And by then, the future will already be owned. Welcome to Finance Historian. Here, we don't predict the future, we explain who's building it